Only in Japan.
So you want to live a long life, perhaps past 100 years old? Japan may have some of the answers. Welcome to Sugamo in central Tokyo. This place is nicknamed the Grandma Harajuku. It's a place where seniors come for high fashion. Sugamo may be in Tokyo, but it's certainly not like neighboring Shibuya or Harajuku. It retains a lot of the charms of the Showa era. The area may have stayed the same, but most of the residents have gotten older, and that's reflected in what they sell along the main shopping street. And this Sugamo neighborhood is a great jumping off point to ask the question, why do Japanese live so long? Japan is famous for having the longest life expectancy in the world. In fact, right now there are 2 million people over the age of 90 living here in Japan. That's about 2% of the population, which is crazy. So there's got to be a secret to why people live so long. Some say it's because everyone drinks green tea daily. It's served everywhere, and the most popular item in drink vending machines is green tea. Japanese eat smaller portions of food, more seafood and lean meats. It could be the fermented foods they eat, which are healthy for both the heart and the stomach. Japan is also a bath culture. Showers are nice, but soaking in a bath relieves stress and improves the body's circulation. Natural hot springs are everywhere, loaded with minerals good for the skin. Access to affordable and top-notch healthcare? That could be a reason too. Kids learn personal responsibility in school. Most walk or bicycle there. Could that be the setup for a long life? Violence and gun-related deaths are almost non-existent in Japan. Japan has a holiday called Respect for the Aged Day, and in Japan, senior citizens are living treasure. The government sends them silver sake cups when they reach 100 years old. 6 of the top 10 and 12 of the top 20 oldest people alive live in Japan. The oldest, supercentenarian Tajima Nabe of Kagoshima, is the last person alive verified to be born in the 19th century. She's 117, and her secret? Good sleep and 3 meals a day. But it's gotta be more than that, right? DNA could also play a role, but it's still a lottery. Although Japanese have slightly better odds for those disease-resistant genes. Now, one or all of these things might be the secret to living a really long life, but I'm not really sure. So I went to Tottori Prefecture to ask the one person who I think knows. She's 106 years old, and she was born in the Meiji era. Certainly, she has the answers. Tottori Prefecture is on the Sea of Japan side, and I visited Mount Daisen, a place with a great environment for living a long life. Mount Daisen protects the area from typhoons, provides people with lots of pure drinking water, and its location by the sea means excellent fish. Daisen Temple on the mountain is celebrating its 1,300th anniversary in summer 2018, a symbol of longevity for sure. And a place where one of the area's oldest residents lives, Tomiko-san. So what's her secret?
農業をしておりますだけん、お方体が使えちゃいますだけん、体使え元気でございますだが、毎日働いちゃいますだけん、体使えて。
だからよく働いて、元気ずっと元気です。
はい、病気したことありません。
え？ちょっと待って。
病気したことありません。
人生に風邪をひいたことない。ひいたことがありません。わお！すごいね。
まあ若い時に風邪もひきましょったですだもんな。年寄りになってからは風邪もひきしません。へ
え。なんでだろうあなたの食べ物のおかげですか？
いろいろですな。食べ物も傷つけてもらっていますだけんな。
Raised on a farm, she's worked hard and eaten well.
一番最初はな、国の部で初めて健康診断がございましただ。その時に血圧高いもんや低いもんが大勢でしてな、そう保健所から来て測られましただけ。 そぎしましたら大豆食べてっていいなましただもんな。子供や年寄りにそぎに大豆って言っても豆って言ってもいきませんだけどそこで豆腐が始まりましただけそうが29年昭和29年からずっと続いてます。
Tofu is an amazingly healthy food, best made fresh, and the family tradition started 65 years ago continues with Ryo-san, who still makes tofu in the traditional way.
やっぱり貴重な栄養源だったらしいですよ、昔はね。今はもう美味しさを追求してますけども、昔は栄養源そのものだったようです。
He basically continues to preserve this tradition, and also because it's just more delicious to make it yourself. A lot of the family's success is due to the environment and good habits. Tomiko-san still walks herself with the help of a chair on wheels. And she's surprisingly fast. I wanted to see what it was about tofu, how it is made here. So Ryo-san invited me to make it with him starting at 4:30 in the morning. It all starts with the soybeans grown on a farm and the pure waters of Mount Daisen. The beans are soaked to absorb the water, washed, drained. And put through a stone grinder that crushes them, producing a white milk. This is the raw product that will soon become tofu. But before doing that, Ryo-san started a wood fire under the cauldron, the way Tomiko-san did in the past. During the cold months, it keeps the room warm, although a little smoky. The buckets of unprocessed soy milk gets poured in, with nigari, sprinkled in to help it coagulate. It's stirred in and covered to raise the temperature to 90 degrees Celsius. That takes a while. The sides are skimmed to prevent any burned taste to the final product. This is when Tomiko-san's great-grandson Bunkichi wakes up to help Ryo-san make the tofu. He's the heir apparent to take over the tradition, and it helps that he's curious about everything, including making tofu with Grandpa. When it reaches close to 90 degrees Celsius, it's strained, all the liquid separated from the curd. And the collected curd? It's used later since it has a nutritional value. At this point, we have some very delicious soy milk.
Yeah.
It's naturally sweet and only slightly creamy, a very delicate taste. It takes about 30 minutes to coagulate, at which point Ryo-san transfers it to a cheesecloth in a handmade wooden press. It takes time to naturally let the water strain through the holes. Tofu should be delicate, so you don't want to push it. If you push hard, the tofu will become hard and rubbery. The weights give balance and even pressure. いや、怖い。
おっとおっとおっと、大丈夫か。
When enough water is out, Yosan extracts the tofu inside a tub of water where it floats, staying protected and in shape.
どうかな。
どうかすごい。
はい。
拍手。
よし。
He cuts them in large blocks for the customers and his own family to eat for today. Customers come from all around the neighborhood with their own bucket to bring some home. It's first come, first serve. I was here first, so I got a cup of the freshly made tofu. The same recipe Tomiko-san has been making since the 1950s. When tofu is made right, it's very tasty even on its own. It has a slight sweetness to it. And that diet is one reason for Tomiko-san's happy and healthy life as she gets closer to 110 years old. Not far away is a market that sells local farmers' produce. Prices are cheaper than at the supermarket. And the farmers bringing it in are all seniors and very strong, doing everything themselves.
Taste すごい強いですね。
そうよ。
ほら、うわー、すごい。
私も卓球の選手で、国体まで出たから。
Wow.
She's full of energy, just like Tomiko-san, so the environment certainly plays a role. I wanted to get another point of view, so a friend recommended I talk with Nakajima-san, who is a Shinto priest near Mount Daisen. He lives next to the shrine in the middle of a farm. Visitors to the shrine pray for safe pregnancies and deliveries and a happy and healthy life. What's Nakajima-san's secret to life?
質素な生活しとるとこういう具合になるかもしれません。あまり贅沢なものを食べたりなんかせずに、なんか玄米とか、それからそこで畑を作っておって、その畑でできたナスとかかぼちゃとかを食べてますんで。
The area around the shrine really is a farm.
で運動をして、私まあもう年ですからいかんですけども、山が好きでね。で大山にももう何百回も登ったし、それから日本アルプスとかモンブランとかネパールのちょっとした山とかに登っていたんですけど、まあそうやってまあ一生懸命自然に親しんで生きるということが一番いいじゃないかと思いますけど。
Living peacefully and in harmony with nature is a recipe for success in Japan, but that's certainly not the only thing. You gotta know how to stay young and have fun no matter how old you get. That's right. He drives a Porsche. He shares the car with others who have a passion for driving like he does. On a nice evening like this, why not go for a short drive? And going around town in a Porsche is just a little more fun. We could definitely feel the energy of driving a sports car and couldn't help but smile.
So, I guess the secret to a long life is also about having fun.
Ask my Japanese neighbor.
Oops. And what's Mr. Seiichi's secret? He just celebrated his 97th birthday and only recently retired from his job selling peanuts to customers. The secret? It's his passion for life, karaoke. He even has a favorite go-to song. It's enka, a traditional kind of Japanese ballad. He goes to a community center for the elderly 3 times a week and sings. There's a lot of energy to being on stage and singing to others. Karaoke is a way to release your mind and stay young. He sings at home with his family too. Another secret is to be surrounded by loved ones, and seniors often live with their families at home. With karaoke, you can remember those good times and make new memories with neighbors from faraway lands. The seniors from today come from a different era. They grew up in the 1930s, 40s, 50s, and 60s. They didn't have a lot of stuff and they lived more humbly. It was my generation from the 1970s, 80s, 90s until today. We have so many things like fast food. Our diets have changed, our lifestyles have changed, and this has made things, well, let's just put it this way. I'm a little bit skeptical that Japan is going to be able to hold on the crown for having the longest life expectancy in the world. But if we take some of the lessons from our grandparents and incorporate it into our lives today, yeah, there's a pretty good chance that we're going to live a lot longer and a lot happier too. Next time, Japan has been a leader in video gaming for decades, and those old games, well, they find a home somewhere. We'll check out a retro game center in Tokyo and take a trip back to our childhood.